So, Attorney Marvin, what time is it? It is Visa Bulletin time. Yes, indeed. So, if you want to know what the Visa Bulletin dates are since last month, so we're talking October 2024, stick around because I'm about ready to go through it with you, okay? My name is Attorney Lee Marvin, and I've been practicing law for over 20 years. I've been specializing in immigration law for over a decade from my main office in Grand Rapids, Michigan. So I help individuals and families from any state in the country and really any country on the planet. So if you need assistance, I'm here for you. The Visa Bulletin, every month it comes out, but every month it's not the same, right? It changes every month. And people log in and watch this video every month so they know what they can expect with this new Visa Bulletin that's coming out for October. So stick around so I can explain these details to you. The first question I usually get and I address in this video is, what is the Visa Bulletin? What is it used for? So the Visa Bulletin is the publication put out by the State Department for people that are waiting for their visa interview at the embassy overseas. Which overseas it is, who knows? It depends on where you live. So they put out this bulletin every month so they can show people where they are in their review process, okay? So the Visa Bulletin is divided into different sections. Categories based on your family relationship to the sponsor, okay? And divided by countries. Now there's 4 countries specifically that this Visa Bulletin addresses, which is China, India, Mexico, and the Philippines. And there's a 5th category, which is everyone else. So the way visas work is that there's a pile of visas that are released every fiscal year, the government fiscal year, which is in October. They released a pile of visas, and throughout the year, the government uses those visas for the people who have been in line in the queue for a while. And that's what this Visa Bulletin tells you, is that if you've been in the queue for a while, are you ready to be able to move forward or not? So that's what this Visa Bulletin tells people. Let me go through this with you. First of all, I want to explain the different categories of family relationship. There's unmarried sons and daughters of U.S. citizens. That's the first category. The second category are spouses and children, both unmarried or married permanent residents, okay? They break that into 2. F2A, which is spouses and children, which are the little ones, of legal permanent residents. And then F2B are unmarried sons and daughters over the age of 21 of legal permanent residents. Then there's the third category, which are married sons and daughters of U.S. citizens, okay? And then the fourth and final category are brothers and sisters of adult U.S. citizens. So those are the categories of family members that are allowed to be sponsored by either a legal permanent resident or U.S. citizens. No other family relationship allows you to move forward with a green card but those. And I'm going to go through those different sections with you within the actual country of origin, okay? So this is where I post it so it's easier to understand when you can see it and hear it, okay? So the F1 category, there is no change to this from last month. The government is still processing requests from October of 2015. It's a long wait for the F1 category, okay? The F2A category, there's no change from last month, and the government is processing requests from November of 2021. Not as bad, but still, there's a waiting period for that category now. There never used to be, okay? A few years ago, the numbers and the wait times, they shifted things around, and now that category has a waiting period where for a very long time, there was no waiting period. You could instantly file and instantly be able to move forward, okay? F2B, there's no change from last month. They're processing from May of 2016, okay? F3 category, there's no change from last month. Still processing April of 2010. So this is the first change from last month, which is the F4 category. It's better by about 20 days. They're processing requests that were submitted in August of 2007 for that category. Brothers and sisters of U.S. citizens in the general world population, okay? So now we go to China. In China, the F1 category, there's no change from last month's bulletin. October of 2015 is who they're processing currently. F2A is better by about 7 days. They're processing requests from November of 2021, okay? F2B category, there's no change from last month. May of 2016 is who they're processing currently. The F3 category, there's no change from last month. Also, they're processing from April of 2010. The F4 category, no change from last month. They're processing requests from August of 2007, okay? Now, that was China. We go to India now. In India, the F1 category, there's no change from last month. They're processing requests from October of 2015, okay? The F2A category, there was a slight improvement there by about 7 days. They're processing requests from November of 2021. So, hey, that's slightly positive. The F2B category, no change. May of 2016 is what they're processing. The F3 category, no change. They're processing from April of 2010. The F4 category had a slight improvement. It's better than 7 days. It's 2 months. So they are processing requests, brothers and sisters of U.S. citizens who were filed in March of 2006. Still a long wait, but there was a little bit of movement on that category in that group in the country of India. So going to Mexico. The F1 category, and let me remind you, F1 is the unmarried sons and daughters of U.S. citizens. There was no change from last month's Visa Bulletin. May of 2002 is the processing for those. F2A, spouses and children of legal permanent residents in Mexico. It increased or improved by 1 month. So they're processing requests from March of 2021. F2B, unmarried sons and daughters over the age of 21 of legal permanent residents. It actually changed by about 6 months, but it's actually worse than it was last month. So they're processing a request from January of 2005, okay? The F3 category, married sons and daughters of U.S. citizens. It improved in Mexico by about 5 months. They're processing requests from August of 2000. So that's positive. F4, once again, brothers and sisters of U.S. citizens. It's better by 21 days. They're processing requests from February of 2001 in Mexico, okay? The last country, the Philippines. So the F1 category, there's no change in that from last month. They're processing March of 2012. F2A is better by 7 days, by a week. They're processing requests from November of 2021. F2B, no change from last month. They're processing October of 2011. F3, there's no change from last month. They're processing requests from September of 2002. The last category, F4, there's no change since last month for that category either. February of 2004 is who they are processing currently, okay? Slowly but surely, things change. You guys already know because you watch this every month where I put out the information and tell you what has changed. You know, if you keep watching these things, that there's either very good improvement or close to no improvement or absolutely no improvement, as we're seeing here. Most of the categories have not changed at all in the last month, and really that's been true for the last several months. There's very little change. Again, people always ask me, why are there no changes? It drives me crazy too. There's no changes because, I don't know, government inefficiency. They're not processing things quickly enough. They've already gone through all their visas, so they're either super efficient and they already are done with those visas, or they haven't even, I don't know. It's anyone's guess why it takes as long as it does. The only thing I can tell people is don't give up hope, because things do change, but it takes an awfully long time depending on your relationship, okay? So if you have specific questions about this and you haven't already subscribed to my channel and click the notification bell so you're notified when I do these videos, you can always click the link below. If you have questions about your process or about something related to immigration, I'm happy to provide that information to you. I always like to tell people that every Monday, Eastern Standard Time, Detroit time I call it, I do a free video on my YouTube channel. I call it Live with Lee, where I talk about immigration-related matters. I invite you to join that because you can ask your questions on there too, but you can always reach me directly by that link that I just posted if you have questions about your process or something else related to immigration. If you have questions, let me know. Your comments are always welcome on the channel, so please post your comments in the comment section, and I hope to see you in the future, and I'm here for you if you need me.